While thousands of people in Los Angeles are taking part in Jackson's memorial, his hometown of Gary, Indiana, is planning its own tribute. Our Jason Carroll went to Gary to get a sense of Michael Jackson before the fame.
One thing about child prodigies, when it comes to their talent, signs of greatness often show up early. In Michael Jackson's case, it was way before the Ed Sullivan Show. It was in kindergarten.
He was brought to my attention because he wanted to sing the Christmas song for his class.
Gladys Johnson, now 93, was Jackson's principal at Garnet Elementary School in Gary, Indiana. To this day, she still remembers the young Michael.
You didn't even know he was there. If he hadn't raised such a ruckus in the kindergarten about singing the kindergarten song, I wouldn't have known Michael was there.
Jackson joined his brother's musical group at age 5, practicing at their home in Gary, winning talent contests and catching the eye of Gordon Keith.
This kid is really super.
Then owner of Steeltown Records, who signed the group to their first record deal.
I know throughout your time, you've come across a lot of talented singers. Why was Michael Jackson special?
Better than James Brown.
That's why you signed them.
That's right.
Under Keith's label, the Jacksons released their first regional hit, Big Boy.
This is a box of records, the way it was back in the day.
The group stayed with them for 5 years before Motown called. Shelley Berger, their first manager at Motown, saw the two sides of Michael, then 9 years old.
Off stage, you would think this was just a little boy doing his coloring, watching his cartoons, and when he got on stage, he was incredible.
In 1969, appearing on the Ed Sullivan Show, Michael capturing the spotlight with I Want You Back. Offstage, even then, his manager saw signs of what Jackson would become.
You know, when people talk about Billie Jean and the moonwalk and Thriller, he was doing this kind of stuff when he was 10 years old.
That was Jackson, before he left the group and would go on to show mortals how to moonwalk. Before thrilling music television or being the king of pop, he was the quiet little prince of the playground who wanted his spot in the kindergarten show.
One of the sweetest things you ever saw. You just wanted to go up and hug him. And I often did.
Jason Carroll reporting. The mayor of Gary, by the way, wants to turn the Jackson family home into a museum. Well, look into your own home. I bet there are a few Jackson albums there, aren't there? His debut solo album, Off the Wall, came out in 1979. It's in my basement, getting musty. It went platinum in less than 6 months, and it sold more than 7 million copies. Had 4 top 10 singles, including Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. In 1982, his follow-up, Thriller, was not only the biggest hit of his career, it became the best-selling album of all time. We've got a copy of that one as well. It sold more than 100 million copies worldwide by some estimates. It spawned 7 top 10 singles, including, of course, Billie Jean. It won 8 Grammys. In 1985, Jackson co-wrote and performed on We Are the World, an all-star collaboration, you'll recall, to help raise money for Africa. Bad, in 1987, became another platinum hit for Jackson, selling more than 4 million albums in less than 6 months, with 5 #1 singles, a record for a solo artist. Where you're going to see a lot of artists, a lot of famous faces on stage at today's memorial service. One of them you may not recognize right away. He is the Reverend Al Sharpton. He'd known the singer for 35 years and has been with the family since Jackson's death. Sharpton tells CNN he's calling for nationwide vigils to honor Jackson.
The side of Michael Jackson, as I knew and dealt with him from time to time for 35 years, that liked all of the crowds and the masses and the galvanizing of people. And then there was the very private Michael Jackson, the one that would close the door and just be in his own space. So I think there's validity to both sides of it, but I think that it is very important for someone who really changed culture, who really helped create the pop culture that we are in now, that he does have this tremendous public tribute.
We'll have full coverage from Los Angeles all day long, and you won't want to miss our special live coverage of the memorial itself, which starts at 5 p.m. London time, midnight in Hong Kong. And no matter where you are today, we want to know what your thoughts are, as so many people stop to pay tribute to Michael Jackson. Join the conversation and talk to other fans and viewers on our Facebook page. Just go to facebook.com/CNN.